How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to my channel, The Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and everything relating to the MCU. And there really is nothing quite like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a universe that connects over 20 different movies and stories and well over 40 main characters, bringing all of those characters together in a perfect way for Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. No interconnected universe has really been done as well as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And in fact, before Avengers Endgame took place and now even after, fans have been rewatching the Marvel Cinematic Universe in what is now known as the Infinity Saga, every MCU movie from the first Iron Man to Spider-Man Far From Home, and are still loving every single minute. But even though the MCU itself is amazing and the movies are amazing as well, there has still been one big question asked by the fans for some time now, and that is, what is the order to watch every single MCU movie in? Well, as it turns out, Marvel and Disney have finally come out and given us an answer. So for those of you who want the official MCU watch order, this is the video for you. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news, and so you can enter this week's giveaway for a chance to win a Loki Funko Pop. So this is coming straight from Disney Plus, and the order is not exactly what you would expect it to be. But the first movie that we started off with is Captain America: The First Avenger. Captain America: The First Avenger takes place mainly in 1942, so it would make sense that it would be the first movie that you watched. And then Captain is followed by another Captain, Captain Marvel, whose movie primarily takes place in the 90s. So again, no surprise there that she would be the second film to watch. And then the next two movies in order are Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2. They actually didn't include the Incredible Hulk in this list, although his story does kind of affect the MCU. But of course, ultimately we would end up getting a new Hulk with the Avengers played by Mark Ruffalo. So perhaps they wanted to take that movie out of the MCU altogether, or perhaps it's a rights deal with Universal, not allowing for Marvel and Disney to officially put it on their list. But then we have Thor, which makes sense because we have Captain America, Iron Man, and then came Thor. After Thor comes the Avengers, where all of the main first characters that were introduced, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and the Hulk, come together in one epic movie. After the Avengers comes Thor: The Dark World. After Thor comes Iron Man 3, which makes sense because in Iron Man 3, Tony Stark is dealing with the PTSD of what happened from the first Avengers film. After Iron Man 3, we have Captain America: The Winter Soldier. And then we have something kind of interesting happen. The next film to watch is Guardians of the Galaxy, but the film after that to watch is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It's interesting that they have you watch Guardians Volume 2 right after Guardians 1, but before Avengers Age of Ultron. Because release date wise, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 didn't come out until after Captain America Civil War and after Doctor Strange. But in this official list, we have Guardians Volume 1, Guardians Volume 2, and then Avengers Age of Ultron. Coming up next after Avengers Age of Ultron is Ant-Man, and immediately following Ant-Man is Captain America Civil War. Following Civil War, we have another little bit of a mix-up here. After Civil War is Black Panther. Then after Black Panther, we have Doctor Strange, and then Thor Ragnarok. Now this is a little interesting because release date-wise, we had Doctor Strange, then Thor Ragnarok, then Black Panther. But who am I to argue with the official order? So we have Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Thor Ragnarok, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp. And that makes perfect sense because the post-credit scene for Ant-Man and the Wasp is directly in Avengers Infinity War. And that of course takes us to Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. And that is the new official MCU watch order from Disney Plus and Marvel. Now, one thing to note here is that Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home are not included in this list. And the reason I'm assuming these two Spider-Man films are not on this list is because this list is coming from Disney Plus. And Disney Plus does not yet have Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home on their platform yet. But of course, we know where they would go in the MCU. You can watch Spider-Man Homecoming after the events of Captain America Civil War. And of course, Spider-Man Far From Home is the last movie of Phase 3 watched right after Avengers Endgame. So this is the new official watch order for the MCU. And it seems to be primarily chronological, which makes a ton of sense, and I'm personally really excited to watch it in this order. So let me know what you think about this order, and let me know in the comments down below if you yourself are going to be watching it in this order as well. Don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. For live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.